The A is really action, is taking action. You know, a person can have excitement, and I've often said passion is not enough. I get a lot of entrepreneurs that come to me and say, I have a lot of passion for this idea, Jeff, and I really want to go for it, and I think that's all I really need. And I go, whoa, whoa, hold on, don't jump yet. Get your parachute on, have a plan B, make sure you develop the skill set so that when you take that action, you're qualified to know what to do when the challenges come up, and they will come up. They will always come up. And so action is really important. Without the action in that acronym, the excitement quickly diminishes. And so the action is important, and develop the skill set and the tools here on planet Earth that will see your way through. All right? The L part of that, of course, is life. Life is to be trusted. And life is bigger than our ego self is. Life will present to you opportunities that don't look like opportunities until you change your perception. That's why I've said in other videos, when you work on expanding your perception, when you work on whether it's meditation or bringing in the spiritual principles that open up the horizon so that you can see more, what will happen is you'll start to trust life more. You'll trust that it's all going to be okay. And the truth of the matter is that at the end of the day, it's always going to be okay. And here's a tip. If it's not okay, it's not the end. All right? So that's the L part of it. That's the life. The T is, again, trust. And life and trust go together. And I just mentioned trust. It's trusting other people, and I don't want to get myself in trouble with this, but trusting other people, trusting the other egos in the world is a very dangerous thing to do. Because people confuse trust with expectations. They expect somebody else to perform the way that will make their lives work. And that's never going to happen. People are going to follow their own intuition. They're going to follow their own spirit, not yours. So trust, the kind of trust, again, goes back to life, is trusting that we live in this wonderful garden down here, that life is going to unfold with us, and how we take that in and garnish that first letter, which is wisdom, is going to determine the outcome. So you can trust life. Life can be trusted, all right? And the last thing, of course, the H, which for me stands for heart. And the goal for me, when I was into the corporate world, I realized very quickly that a lot of the decisions were made because of material gain. And I made a decision really quick that if I had to play that way, I was going to leave that environment. And that was just something I was not willing to do. I saw my father work really hard in his own company most of his life, and he died at 49 years old unexpectedly because of this striving forward to this. That was a tremendous gift and blessing for me. So I knew what I didn't want to do, and I realized that the only answer was, and I got this really by opening up my heart and my mind to a larger expanded way of looking at the world, and I was going to be committed to bring in all the decisions in my own company and make those decisions from the heart, which means from compassion, from love, and they were going to work. If it didn't work in that area, then I would pick another area and do it then. Fortunately, it worked for the last 40 years in my healthcare industry. And so that's wealth, and wealth to me is really a state of mind. You know, the last word is, again, service. And I've mentioned before that all of that, the people that have been the wealthiest people understand and appreciate the power, the value, and the gain of serving another human being. I think that's what's going to be, that's the tendency that I see the corporate world moving towards. They're understanding that when you serve and you use that acronym of wisdom, excitement, taking action, trusting life itself, and working from the heart, which is actually a program that I teach, that when you do that, you become a wealthy person. And you then exude what you need to keep and sustain that. You will attract to you the material gain, the money, whatever you need to keep that momentum going. And that's what the law of attraction will perform for you when you move into that pathway.